Well, for more on the situation in Gaza, we go to Dr. Basman Alashi. He's the executive director of the Al-Wafa hospital in Gaza City. The hospital was left in ruins Thursday after being shelled by the Israeli military. He joins us now by phone from Gaza City. Dr. Alashi, what's the situation where you are right now in Gaza City?
Where I am right now is in the middle of Gaza, very close to the ground invasions that the Israelis are practicing right now. And we are showing and having influx of injured children, women, and young men coming to the hospital. And the Al-Wafa hospital is in the middle of this conflict. In that invasion, because we are about 1 kilometer away from the borders. Luckily that we were able to evacuate earlier before the ground troop comes into our area, and we have saved many of the lives of our patients and our nurses. But the influx of people coming and running away from the attacks, from the bombing, from the destruction, from the indiscriminate bombing in that area is overwhelming. It's the whole Gaza schools and hospitals are filled with people that they seek protections or injured, especially children where they have no way to hide. Since Gaza infrastructure is old, so they don't have any shelters to protect families and to protect the ladies and the children. They are faced with nowhere to hide, so they are facing this bombing from the Israeli side.
Doctor, it sounds like you are in the center of it all. What is the biggest challenge for you and the nurses and other doctors that you're with at this point?
Is to keep the injured one alive. We try as much as we can because of the medications that we are very short of to keep people alive. Plus, Al-Wafa hospital was a key point in recovering the patients after their injuries. Once we do the surgery for them to fix their wound, we transfer them to Al-Wafa hospital for recovery and rehabilitations. Right now, we cannot transfer them to nowhere but their homes. And when they go to their homes, their family members trying to take care of themselves first to be able to take care of their ill one and injured one. And most of the time, they are neglected and left to die because others are trying to survive the invasions of the Israelis to their homes and the destructions of their home. One of the members of one of the people came to me. He said 11 of my family members, they were buried in the rebels when the Israeli destructed their homes. He's unable to work, and he's a nurse. He's unable to concentrate in his work, so I asked him to leave, try to recover his family members. But that area is a war zone area, and he is unable, and the Red Cross is unable to help him to recover his family members.
Doctor, can I ask you, what is this like for you personally?
It's challenging, it is tough, it is overwhelming, and I'm trying as much as I can to forgive what I have seen, and I'm trying to live today and tomorrow and to improve the life of the injured and not to think what is happening, because if I think about it, and my mind will just go crazy, and I will not comprehend what the Israelis are doing to the civilians in the eastern side of Gaza. So all my concentration is coming, let me help the injured, let me better their life, and let me go for tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, hoping that tomorrow will be better than today and better than yesterday.
Dr. Al-Shahi, the Israeli military says that they are taking great care to avoid killing civilians and that Hamas is using Gazans as human shields. What's your reaction to that?
My reaction, if I look, we looked at the Shijaiya when the 2 hours ceasefire came in. We only see children laying on the streets, women, men. We have not seen any fighters in that area at all. So for them to accuse that they are taking them as a shelter is baseless, and it's not there at all. Gaza is pretty small. Gaza is tents. Gaza is homes. There is a few meters from home to home. So there's no way that those people can take their families as protection. The evidence is more showing that more civilians are targeting their homes. I can remember the 4 children that were playing on the beach, and they were targeted by F-16. I mean, there was nobody but them at the beach, and why were they targeted? So for me to hear that they are trying very careful not to hit the civilians is baseless and nonsense to me, because what I see, only civilians. All the people that come into the hospital are children and women and men and young men and handicaps and people who are old age that are unable to run.
Dr. Al-Shahi, I want to thank you for taking the time to speak with us, and stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Dr. Basman Alashi is the executive director of the Al-Wafa Rehabilitation Center. He spoke to us from Gaza City.